started singing, they were chanting USA in the stands.
They were.
And everyone was watching to see what the Bears and Packers would do.
And saluting the flag as well. Tomi Laren's on the couch this morning.
Great to be here.
Good to have you.
Thank you so
Good to
much.
have you as well. So what do you make of last night? You know, all eyes were going to be on the Packers-Bears game. And as it turns out, the Packers had asked their fans to everybody link arms for social justice and unity. But the fans said, you know, the team can do what they want to do. We're just simply going to cheer, put our hands on our heart, and sing the national anthem.
You don't mess with the Midwest. Someone that's from the Midwest, I can tell you that. You don't mess with our flag, you don't mess with our anthem, you don't mess with our patriotism. But beyond that, this whole we're going to link arms for solidarity. How about we put our hand over our heart for solidarity? Because that's really, in essence, what it means. So now we're gonna link arms. It's the same political statement, and fans are still going to be upset about it. They can pull whatever they want, they can pull whatever stunt they want and change it up. Same message, same disrespect.
We had about three. Go ahead.
I was going to say, we had Brandon Tatum on the show earlier. If you've not pulled up his video on YouTube, it now has, I think, 400,000 views. He's a police officer in Arizona, and he is fed up, as you can imagine, about the kneeling of the anthem, and it's something that you have to see. So we talked to him on the show this morning, and he talks about the NFL being the one that's divisive, not the president. Here's what he told us.
I think that the American people are wise enough to know that the true unity is when you put your hand over your heart. I don't think the president is being divisive. I think the fact that you take a knee on the flag is you're starting division right there. And I think the president is trying to bring things back around in full circle and say, okay, we need to realize what unity means, and we need to stand for the flag and not divide ourselves by disrespecting America to push an agenda.
When has a flag ever been controversial?
Now it is in 2017. Isn't that just sad, really? But going back to what he said, it's a slap in the face to our police officers, to our veterans, to our military. And I'm wondering, those that are sticking up for this, especially the Democrats who seem to be coming out in force for the NFL, for these players, is that their new agenda? Is anti-America, is that really the agenda they want to push that's going to help them in 2018? Is that going to help them in 2020? I don't think so. But continue and see how the fans react.
The NFL really does not know what to do. They had a meeting yesterday, but nothing really came out of it in terms of a mandate. The word is the Giants owner has said, do me a favor. I want you to stand for the national anthem. I'm not making you. And there's a sense the Giants will. The Broncos have committed to stand. The Patriots have committed to stand. The Steelers out of the locker room, they'll all be standing on the sideline. Do you think that this is over now?
No, I don't. But you know what? I would tell those players that are kneeling that they don't seem to understand what that flag and that anthem mean. I would encourage them to go to a VFW, and I would encourage them to speak to some veterans and see what that flag means to them. And maybe they might feel a little bit differently about their little stunts if they would go and see it, that perspective, and what that flag means to others.
I know you talk a lot about politics, and now that you're here with us as a Fox News contributor, politically, is this a win for Donald Trump?
I think it is. You have to remember his America First message. That's what brought him into office. That's what brought so many Republicans on his coattails into office. So standing up for the anthem and the flag and America First, that is absolutely what his base wants. That's what I want. That's what Americans should want. They want a president that stands up for them, stands up for the country. Isn't it great?
Making the anthem great again.
Exactly.
Would we have had the same reaction, though, had he used different words to talk about it when he called them SOBs, and he used the language that we often hear from the president? Look, that's his style. That is the man that was elected into office. But many people say, look, he should have talked. He has the winning side of this argument, but maybe he should have talked about it a little bit differently.
You know, I understand that, but it's Donald Trump. You're not going to change him. And I think that that's the way that most folks in the Midwest, they feel. They use those words. They use that language. That's how they connect with each other. That's how they're connecting with this president. Whereas some people might not like the words he uses. I get so tired of this. Well, I wish he wouldn't tweet this. I wish he wouldn't say that. My goodness, if that's your biggest problem with the president, I'm okay.
Also, you can't take expletives literally. People are they're breaking it down by the essence of the word. Most expletives are impossible to actually fulfill. Meanwhile, let's talk about this. The war on history in general. Do you think this plays into it between statues, between monuments, between what's happening on college campuses? Do you think that's part of this pushback on about America?
It's let's make America less American. That is what the left wants. That is what liberal college professors want. They want to do anything they can to erase history and to erase every shred of patriotism. I think that's what happened in Europe. I think it's still happening in Europe. And if we're not careful, it's going to happen here. But luckily, we have a president that's going to stand his ground, and you have Americans that are going to follow him and follow his lead.
Okay. I don't know if folks have seen this, but it is our Secretary of Education, Betsy DeVos. She was at Harvard. She was greeted by a number of protesters who held up white supremacist sign, at least one of them right there. What do you think about that? What